Alright, salute. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate it. Keep the comments light. And let's talk about it. I want to talk today, again, reiterate the fact of why, like the number one reason I decided to leave the United States and move halfway across the world to Thailand, if you will. Were all my problems solved? No. I'm damn near 1 year in, but I will tell you this. Seeing what I see, there is no dispute whatsoever in my mind when it comes to the decision to leave. I want to throw up a chart. Listen, I'm not giving advice, food for thought, take it with a grain of salt. Don't even listen to me. You know, I'm just a average idiot dude, hat turned backwards, sitting in his cheap hotel room here in Thailand, making a video. But with that said, check out this chart. This right here is a chart of debt to GDP, nation, like globally, when it comes to like nation by nation. I want you to pay attention to this. America is the biggest, the biggest. Like, you know, when you talk about debt to GDP, like it's hard to even measure because America has a special ability, and I want you to please listen to what I say, to inflate their currency and export their inflation, most of their inflation, to other nations around the world. You know, it's crazy. People don't understand this. You know, there's no such thing as another nation manipulating their currency stronger, because nations are like overwhelmingly exporting goods and services and products to Americans, which Americans gladly purchase at their local Walmart, Target, or wherever, Home Depot. But 99% of those products are produced outside of the country and shipped and imported. So with that said, every other country, when America devalues their currency, every other nation is also going to do the same in order to remain competitive. Because if they don't, if they allow their currency to become too strong, Americans won't be able to afford the products that they're importing. So America has a pretty good, crappy position, but I want to talk about this. Debt to GDP. Debt to GDP, you need to listen, like pay attention to this. America has a prime position for now, but it's changing. The global stage is changing. This is the main reason I left America, because it's a paper tiger. America is literally, as of 2022, 110% debt to GDP, which is BS. As of today, in 24, it's probably 125%, maybe 130 in my opinion. And these are just the numbers they're telling us. It could be even worse than that, for all we know. Japan is really high, but Japan is a huge economy. But America is the largest economy, probably the largest purchaser of goods and services and products from Japan. Same thing with China, Philippines, Taiwan, whatever you want to say. Italy is another country in bad shape. 140% debt to GDP. And let me like kind of change the tune on this video real quick. You know, I meet so many people all the time, every day, from all over the world, and everyone like looks at America with admiration because of what they've seen on the news. And it's like, you know, people obviously will ask me what are my thoughts, what are my opinions, and my opinion is that America is a paper tiger. A paper tiger. Because everything that you see in America, if you took a drone and just flew it over the suburbs, all those houses are owned by the bank. All of those vehicles parked in the driveways are owned by the damn bank. All of those vacations you see, those clothes, those shoes, those Birkin bags, all of that is owned by the bank. Meaning, it's a paper tiger. It's a facade. It's not real. It's not realistic. these items are not being purchased because of actual, like, as of now, like current time, like right now, like status quo purchasing power. People are buying things that they don't have the money for on every level. This is what's crazy. And it's hard to bust a noodle of people, man, because people ask. But the truth is like I have a lot of people ask me all the time, why did I leave America? That's a huge question. But the number one reason was to preserve my purchasing power. This is why I'm a firm believer even in like cryptocurrency. Oh, I know this is gonna ruffle feathers, and I'm not advocating. I'm not giving advice. Don't listen to me. I'm just a dude sitting in the hotel with his hat backwards, 1 a.m. Drinking the remnants of a hot Shanghai beer, But with that said, cryptocurrency is decentralized. It's finite. It's deflationary. Do your own homework and research when it comes to this. But you have to understand what's coming, people. Even like going back to the chart here, one more time, there's a chart. No disrespect to China, but the numbers aren't reported. But we've all seen the infrastructure and investment that they've put in over the past 15 to 20 years. High-speed rail, skyscrapers, building new ports, like just doubling the size of their cities in like 5 years. The unprecedented growth that's occurred in China is unbelievable. It's a miracle, but their debt to GDP, there is no way you can convince me that their debt to GDP isn't 300% of what they can produce in a year. Not to mention the fact that Evergrande, their second largest real estate company besides Country Garden, basically collapsed last year. $300 billion they defaulted on. They went into bankruptcy. Investors lost their money. Let me explain something to you. $300 billion is damn near the entire size of the whole economy of Thailand in 1 year. $300 billion is 5 times Lehman Brothers. 5 times Lehman Brothers in 2008, which we all know what happened when Lehman Brothers collapsed. This is crazy to me. Banks are really upside down. People don't understand. Office and commercial real estate is collapsing. It's like, what's coming? The reason I left is because I see what's coming. I'm paying attention to these numbers. You can call me stupid. You can call me an amateur. That's fine. But for those of you who are willing to listen, I'll bend an ear and I will speak about this stuff. I don't just sit here and not do my research. I read books. I know about gold, silver, like the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. I know about the framers and the founders, like way back, that were so opposed to central banks in the United States and what it would do. I know about the detachment from the gold standard. I know about the wars where money is printed, bonds are invented out of nothing, out of thin air, to give the government money to spend money it doesn't even have. America is literally running up $1 trillion of debt every 100 days. Debt, not spending. They're spending they're collecting roughly 4 trillion in debt, 4 trillion in taxes from the citizens and, from like commerce and things like that, from the service industry. But they are spending almost $7 trillion a year. And has anyone ever really stopped and thought about where does that other money come from? Well, it's because they print up bonds and some other country buys them, or even our own Federal Reserve is purchasing these assets. And this is why I like cryptocurrency. It's money or preservation of purchasing power outside the control and the purview of the government. It's decentralized. I am not going to sit here and make this video about buy cryptocurrency. Listen, do your due diligence, do your homework, but understand. I think the smartest minds see what's coming. Many people see what's coming. But I will say this, if you can't leave America, you better buy hard assets. I'm talking about not speculative real estate, but like real estate or like real property. Something that maintains a preservation of value over the course of decades. You know, not trying to like make a bunch of money. Gold, silver, things like that. Spread your money between other bank accounts. Like, please understand this. You know, even with that said, like, you know, America well over 100% debt to GDP, which is disgusting. You know, they spend more money in 1 year. America spends damn near $7 trillion in 1 year, which is 14 times the entire economy of Thailand. You know, it's 7 times, more than 7, almost 10 times the size of Indonesia. And I've been to these countries, and I'm telling you, when you see this, it will blow your mind. You will see how far money goes, or how far it should go. So with this said, understand what's happening. The number one reason I decided to leave was preservation of purchasing power. To be smart, to put my money to good use in a, you know, a stable environment, like monetary environment, which is, you know, here in Thailand. All the prices have pretty much remained very consistent over the course of a year. I paid the same price for everything. A few things have gone up, but not many. It's not a debt-based society. It's not a paper tiger. Like, people really are literally happy with having a piece of crap car that just runs and gets them from A to B, or having a home that just, you know, provides shelter from the rain with air conditioning maybe. Literally, people are happy just to, you know, with the basics. Like, people are not out here trying to impress the Joneses or keep up with the Joneses. It's really hard to explain this to folks, but a lot of people do understand what I'm saying. So with that said, do your due diligence. You better like start looking into ways to preserve your purchasing power, because it is being stolen right from underneath you. It's being inflated through debt. For example, when you swipe a credit card, let me explain something to you. When you swipe a credit card, that money does not exist. The credit card is not sitting there on a pile of dollars. That money is swiped into existence, which you owe back with massive interest, you know, in a pool of money that hasn't even been printed yet. Same thing when it goes to a car or buying a home. All of this. This is what debt does. Debt to GDP is important. It tells you about the responsibility of the nation you exist in. And shout out to the many nations that are actually doing, like, being pretty responsible. Many countries have done some stupid stuff, which I don't agree with. But like, even like New Zealand or Australia, Canada, they are nowhere near upside down like America or Japan, Italy, you know, China. Many of these countries that are completely upside down in debt. This debt can never be repaid. It will only be inflated away. Meaning that when the powerful nations print and try to inflate that debt away, every other nation will follow suit, which means that it will devalue. Like, American debt affects everyone. American debt affects you guys in Europe. American debt affects everyone in Africa. American debt affects everyone even in Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, Canada, South America. American debt causes every other country to devalue and inflate their currencies as well in order to stay competitive, so that jobs don't leave their countries. Keep in mind, basically, it's a race to the bottom. Food for thought. I love y'all. Don't listen to me. Don't take my advice. You know, I'm just an average dude with my hat backwards, sitting in my hotel room, 1 o'clock in the morning in Thailand. But I will tell you this, there is no doubt whatsoever that I made the right choice. None. Maybe you'll think about this, you'll start to do your research, do your homework. I'm not telling you to follow my path. I'm not giving any advice. All I'm saying is open a book. Start paying attention. Stop listening to the mainstream media. Start realizing what it is. Really understand what's coming. What's coming is absolute chaos. The dollar is going to collapse. Your purchasing power is going to be lost. It's going to be seized one way or another. And you're going to have no recourse. None, because you're hungry. So think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the video. I love y'all, and I'm signing out.